Hello, and welcome to more Halo Gaming. We're here on Honeycomb. We got a 3K 4v4, something a little more traditional. Crow, Chancellor, D. Thomas, Ply of Reckoning on UNSC, Toxic Fox, Sopto Slayer, and Boat on Covenant. Dropping down here with Covenant Fleet. Looks like we're dropping down here with Zopto. Alright. Oh my. Zopto's got a cat. Toxic has a cat with no top beam and just a bunch of like burst cannons. Slayer's also got a cat with no top beams. These all have strong shields. Merlia, Corvex. Boat's got an Esther with a Corvex and a Tantalus on it, which is an interesting decision to have. And a bunch of little goofy guys. Goofy little guys flying around. Those are Moutonets, by the way. I fucking quit. Oh my god. Chancellor rocking. Nice. Pyro starter fleet. It's a battle group October. With the Marathon with Max. Halberd with some support stuff. And then these three, like, anti-cap Gladii. Pies being a goofy Gus. Crow's got double Halcyon. These are kind of expensive.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
Oh no, I guess 1,500 point Halcyon's pretty reasonable. Good. This is what UNSC has been needing in all these games, is just more gunpowder. I don't think they have much in the way of capping presence, though. Unfortunately, they've gone too far the other direction. D. Thomas has Mac. Alright, it's a little capped spotting ship and a Mac array. Pie's got another 250 or 450 rather double Mac Marathon.
The enemy is securing.
A few support ships floating around for camping purposes. This is gonna be interesting. Just meat versus meat. UNSC brought the pain, but so did Covenant. UNSC getting out on the map a little faster than Covenant's going to be able to. No one's going for that Delta point. Well, Doof might be. That is Boat, or I Soldier Boat in half. Who is a very silly person. Very silly. Frustrates me sometimes, but is also extremely funny and enjoyable. Brings complete shitpost builds. This is actually like a really good build. Probably gonna help Covenant win. The capping is very important. Got an Esther. Esther beats a Gladius, I think. Pretty effectively, in fact. UNSC has captured 2 points. Covenant has captured 0. They really need to get out on the map. Of course, they're struggling to do that with the Cat's big fucking capital ships, by the way. In case you don't know what these are I think, a little bit bigger than the Solomon. And they're fast, though. They're pretty fast for their size. They're faster than a Solomon, to be sure. They're probably faster and more agile than an Axford. But they are still big and slow. Esters are about Axford's size, but they've got the agility of a Voxel, maybe even a little bit more. It's hard to say about Covenant ships. I mean, I've got like 20 or 30 games under my belt at this point. With all the testing that we've done. But that's still not really that many in the grand scheme of things. Nice, Doof over here shelling. Oh, that's not good. Oh, the egg ups don't start. That's gonna make this cast real goofy.
The enemy is securing
Shelling
zone dagger.
Thomas's cap ship's gonna start disabling it.
The enemy
And
secured
zone it out of the
proximate.
point. Keep it from coming in and fighting these Sonos. Come through and blast it over and over again.
The enemy secured zone eclipse.
Covenant is getting onto the Delta
The
side.
enemy is securing zone comet.
Boat here. Crow is being boats. Boat. I'm gonna give a screenshot of this. Look at all this RPF. That's going to tear these small ships apart quite rapidly. Looks like some of the RPF rounds are bursting too early to actually get any lands.
We are contesting zone dagger.
I think that might have just been an audio effect because those are definitely hitting block. Oh, but there's some that aren't getting any lands. Peck fire going out. Struggling to get lands on this ship.
Enemy secured zone comet.
You coming in? Sonic the Hedgehog. Slowly getting torn to shreds by that RPF. Now some HE coming in. Oh, that's really going to start
The
causing
enemy is
problems.
securing zone dagger.
Yeah, this RPF's not landing for some reason. We're gonna have to look closer at that later, because it was definitely landing in test. It might be a spectator bug? I don't know, I didn't spectate many games. I'll have to take a look at that later. I noticed that in some of the other matches too, the Rampers just weren't landing. Okay, Pies. Oh yeah, also using a starter fleet. This is Travis's starter fleet. Covenant's managed to get onto the map and capture some points. However, they are under fire. Concentrated fire from the UNSC ships are gonna very quickly destroy these vessels. Crow's leading some hits in the nose, but is mostly fine. Dumping 120 and 250 down the field. Oh, heavy max coming out. There we go. Those are some lands. Downs one of the reactors. Downs the temple. Just disrupting the shields and the reactors and the guns. I think we're gonna need to revisit the points cost of damage control. S2's coming in now. This is what we need. Well, not that many, unfortunately. We really need just like a big dump of S2's. And then also the guns.
The enemy is securing zone atlas.
And these rounds coming in and the light max really tearing this cat to pieces.
The enemy secured zone dagger.
Temple's down. One of the other reactors is going to go down. If that other reactor goes down, this thing's in huge trouble. It's not going to be able to power its shields. It's not going to be able to power its guns or its beams. In fact, it's constantly firing its beam right now, and it doesn't have power or an angle, maybe. Yeah, look, that is falling out of juice immediately. Very poor generation. Probably poor storage as well at this point. Taking a ton of fire. This is what UNSC needs to do to fight Covenant. Love to see it. Chancellor's down here engaging the other capital ship. Actually, it's an Aster. It's not a Cat. Struggling a little bit to get lands. Doesn't have a lock. I think the Atuna Crusader's in big trouble. Weird Prophecy coming up here to try to support and defend. But these are actually going to get in each other's way.
The enemy secured
Eternal
zone
Crusader
atlas.
is going to be prevented from retreating as the Eternal Prophecy comes in and just bounces it aside. Bonk. Yeah. A little bit of... Uh-oh. Okay, they figured it out. They figured it out. Covenant does have control of the cap game. These things are not going to be doing anything to this ship. Yeah, they can't penetrate the nose at all.
The enemy is securing zone dagger.
Really got to get a beam in range. Crow knows it and is staying out of the beam angle. Oh, plasma torpedoes. This could do some work. The game is freaking out. There we go. Good lands. Corkscrews allowing the missiles to land at weird parts of the ship. Good damage there on the boat. Of course, has immediately drained the ship of its energy. Shields are down, and now it's going to start taking some hits too. Tunnel Crusaders having to spend some restores. Damn, this thing has so much survivability. Whoa, Heavy Max flying in. Another plasma torpedo launch, unfortunately going directly into a rock. Both cats up here. No shields. Wish there's just more ballistic capability on this fleet. Or this other ship was up here and helping fight. Oh, October's probably getting a little too close to that echo point. Gonna be eating beams in the side. This thing's gonna be in big trouble here before too long. Oh, its escorts are engaging the Esther and kind of zoning it out a little bit. Rampart RPF not gonna be doing anything. Light Max gonna be doing very little. It's gonna add up. Crow's other vessel getting in a bit of a bitch fight here with the other cat. There's 3 of them this match. Oh, here we go. Oh, I see. User failed to follow instructions with the missiles. Just a little too close here. I believe this guy is still a midshipman, so it's to be expected, but that's okay. Gotta steadily tear this Esther apart, and if he can tear this Esther apart and then rotate up to Charlie, UNSC can get back in the game. It's pretty early on. They are behind 120 points. Oh man, they're really up on the military though. Crow is taking a beating. That's one fleet that has been pretty bruised. It can recover to a degree though. Meanwhile, the cats are extremely bruised. They have a lot of restores, and they have a lot of damage control, but those reactors are going to be so easy to shoot out because they take up these huge slots. They're in aim points that are commonly selected, or hull volume, I guess, that is commonly selected. And yeah, Covenant's very slow to repair things too. Their repair speed's kind of low. I think it's a little lower than a default repair team. I don't remember. It might actually be the same. They don't have any rapids, is what matters. Just gonna make it much harder to repair things. Slayer eating reactor bloom. Shields do not protect from reactor blooms. This whole ship getting just a little bit bronzed and also getting its armor cooked off at this close range. That's gonna be a huge problem because this UNSC team has a lot of small caliber rounds. You really gotta open with the Max Chief. Okay, they're still recharging. They're still recharging. He's gonna get it, but not before losing one of his ships. Just getting a little too close to that enemy vessel. Yeah, we've probably been looking at just the same areas the whole game, but there's not really that much on the Covenant field. Oh, there's some Max. I missed it. It misses! Speaking of missing it, that is unfortunate. No locks. Gonna mean a lot of those Max just miss. Yeah, no heavy ballistic fire to follow up on the Corvex. Boat over here retreating into the opposing forces spawn. Very silly. D. Thomas still trying to dance with this cat, but just kind of can't. This thing's gonna need some point streaking. I can already taste it. Cats aren't really intended to be bringable in 3K, to be entirely honest. I could never build one when I was happy with, but then the thing about our team games, we're playing stack v stack with people we know, or testing games rather. So it's a little easier to coordinate fire. You don't wind up in all these 1v1s. There's basically 3 1v1s happening right now, and people aren't coordinating their shit. See, when they did coordinate, completely demolished the Kets up on Charlie. Yeah. Yeah, not having energy means you can't fire your energy weapons. Womp womp. Funny how that works. Is this ship shooting itself in the face? It certainly seems to be. That is not supposed to be possible. I have never ever seen that. That'll be something that needs to be fixed. Yeah, it looks like it's this very specific angle and only for a moment. Oh, there's some more rounds hitting itself. Alright, well, we're gonna have to fix that. Boom! Shields go down on the retribution. These small arms can start stacking up the damage. Boy, they're gonna stack up the damage. Yeah, oh, it probably has something to do with there being plasma here? I don't know. Plasma guns are going to come in and continue disabling these Paris. All of that is completely deranged. Covenant able to push UNSC off the map pretty effectively. Serpent's Head struggling! Oh, look at him. He's got a little, oh, there it goes. One of them landed, and that was that. Torp struggling to get lands. It's very funny. Alright, how's our midshipman doing down here? He's currently getting beamed by Emery Kaz. Just what we call less than ideal. Those Emery Kaz are in turn getting destroyed by Max. Up by a few hundred points. UNSC failing to keep their fleets together. Just getting picked apart piecemeal by the Covenant. Oh, this has been apparently in several fights since we last looked at it. Toxic Fox's Weird Prophecy. Which is a great name for his ship, by the way. Is entirely out of restores. And has lost some of its capability, even losing one of its big fusion reactors.
The enemy is securing Zone Comet. The enemy is securing Zone Eclipse.
Uh-oh. I see. Applies managed to break off a ship and is capturing Echo. He's going to be able to get that pretty easily. Unfortunately, this cat is capping Charlie at the same time, pretty much unchallenged. Look at him go. It's funny watching this marathon eat all its plasma on the side and doing almost nothing. Eventually it's gonna strip off all the armor and kick in, but it's gonna take a little while for that one. Absolute hail.
The enemy secured Zone Comet. enemy secured zone Eclipse.
Don't have that much left to say about the game. I don't see UNSC winning this at this stage. They've been kind of down a fleet since the beginning. Our new player kind of struggles to figure out what to actually shoot at, which is unfortunate, but that's how it happens. He's learning. That's fine and good.
The enemy is securing zone.
By now getting absolutely run down by Slayer in the skill slam spam with Euritas and says Dumbarton's gonna slowly get picked apart. And eventually the thing's gonna be in range to beam. D. Thomas, meanwhile, with having no cover and descending to the battlefield to fight this cat point blank. Yeah, there he goes. I think the UNSC team is gonna be dipping now. Yeah, there goes bye. Now we're just waiting on our little newbie here. There he goes. Alright, let's undeafen, drop it to the voice comm.
The main thing is
Torps right there.
the
It kind of seems like once you lose the critical mass as UNSC, you really suffer.
well these Covenant ships just are not dying, and that might just be the loadout that people are bringing in the given game. But like,
Might Max not break the DT on?
I don't know.
It doesn't seem like they can on the light
Like
ships.
it might be the component layout. It might be that people are bringing like 250 AP or something. But like, yeah, they're just not dying.
Any AP shell over PEMs.
True.
You guys almost had the weird prophecy. If you knocked its like propulsion, you would have destroyed it.
I lost line of sight.
Yeah,
I had,
we-
Go on.
So what are you playing? Mostly 3K or 6K?
3K.
3K.
Light Max are not like a DPS weapon, by the way. They're very much a cheaper backup cannon. They're really good versus some URF ships, like specifically tugs and sometimes bulk freighters. But you really for the heavy ships, you really got to have those HMAX.
Yeah, but
HMAX plus ballistic support, or
Yeah.
missiles and ballistic support, because you need HE shells to just dump damage into things once their shields are down, and then the like instant damage of either missiles or max to down shields. You can also, if you just have a bunch of ships like Crow's 250, 120 Halcyon vessels, were able to tear shields apart pretty effectively when they were firing at the same target.
Yeah.
Teamwork,
Marathon
baby.
feels good.
Good.
Ow, plasma.
yeah,
These
it's
weapons
crazy.
actually do something now.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
that's nuts.
Who's
Yeah,
marathon
I'll,
going to put next to my ship?
I'm gonna I'll be back in like 20 minutes or something.
Are you ready? You're not ready. Don't
Chancellor, ready up before you leave. Oh
do you
my
ha-
fucking god. Okay.
Okay,
You got it.
there
You
we
got it. You got it.
I hit cancel. Oh well.
Dark was already punching a hole through his screen.
Yes, that is correct, Henry. So I gotta go out and get a new monitor, guys. I'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Oh.
I won't ready up though.
Yeah, there was just I had way too many targets I needed to deal with that.
All right, I think that's it about that game. We're just fucking around now. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the battle space. Good night. Oh, if you so we're playing on the Halo mod. We're playing out of the Legends of Reach server. There's going to be a link to that Discord in the description if you want to participate in these sorts of things. They do events from time to time. I'm not usually running them. Killsmith is usually running them, but I'm doing this week because it's kind of a special thing. We wanted to get it recorded. Covenant release, big deal. I don't have anything else to say. I got a Patreon too. If you want to support what I do, there's no paywalled content. There is no benefits to that. It's just a hey, thanks for what you do. Tossing some cash my way. If you want to do that, if you don't, that's fine too. Doesn't matter. I will never paywall anything. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. Who knows? Someday I may make the world's greatest Nebulous video. Become a trillionaire off of charging people 20 cents to watch it. Truly, capitalism is a nightmare. That is neither here nor there. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm sorry. Go away. Goodbye. See you later. Battle space. Viewer. Night.